The title of this shit right here is I chose my friend because he's the easiest to kill. Type of psychopath? Bro, listen, y'all know how we break this shit down, man. Disclaimer. If you or anybody out there watching is attempting to figure out why somebody would do like this, okay? You are becoming closer to that person. Meaning, if you are trying to relate and make sense of crime, and the type of crime that these niggas doing is different, like next level psychotic GMO shit. It's next level. When you attempt to side with that, you got issues. You got issues. If you can't relate, you can't relate. This is just for awareness. This is just for us to learn. You know what I'm saying? But god damn, he chose his friend because he's the easiest to kill. Get y'all snacks, got my popcorn, got the drink on. You know, we good. We good. It's time to start. Let's go.
Why did you choose Jamie, your friend?
He was the easiest out of anybody because he would have followed me because
Wow. Wow. Stop already. Stop. Oh man. See? And this dude, this Jimmy Neutron, please, man, this Jimmy Neutron headed ass nigga, man. He think he the leader. Please. Make my screen a little bigger. Man, please, dog. You the leader? And see, this is what happens when you follow. This is what happens when people take advantage of ignorance. Get your ass killed.
To Jamie to go inside the school today.
I was planning to murder him.
Oh my goodness.
Do you know why
Just
you were going to do this?
No, I don't.
This is 14-year-old Michael Hernandez. He's an honor roll student at Southwood Middle School, the well-behaved son of a business owner and an occupational therapist. And as of right now, he's the prime suspect in the cold blood.
these be the most lamest niggas, lame man. See, I'm telling y'all, them preachers' kids, okay? Them preachers' kids and those rich kids. Oh, those be the craziest ones to right when they start selling jewel pods. They start snorting that you know what I'm saying? Snorting lines like Adidas. More lines like Adidas, rather. You know? These be the most lamest, weirdest species of people ever created. Cause see, they ain't have to work for nothing. You were honor roll student. So guess what? If you got all A's in 9th grade, guess what you can get? Mike. Guess what you can get? Michael. You can get the new 2022 Porsche S550Z. Comes with a turbo Andronati. Come with the shit out the side, the goddamn hydraulics. It come with built-on wings. You can fly in it, and then you can treat it like a airplane car. If there's traffic, have no fear, Michael. You can just hydraulic, fly over the cars, get to where you need to be, come back on land. You good, Mike? You good? Just get straight A's. Lame ass, goddamn. You got a football helmet head. You got a keyboard head. All right, I'm done. Come on.
Murder of his close friend and schoolmate, 14-year-old Jaime.
What? See, he went through some shit. He been through some shit. You can tell on his face.
Goff. Detectives would get the answers they're looking for,
Look at my
but only
dog.
after enduring one of the most spine-chilling interrogations they
Look at
would
my
ever
dog.
conduct. The following footage revealing
14.
a 14-year-old killer has never been seen before.
Of course.
February 3rd, 2004 started like any other Tuesday at Southwood Middle School in Miami, Florida.
Uh-oh, Miami.
Students gathered outside of the school to meet
The Parkland shooting a couple years back. And, Florida, y'all need to be watching out for y'all kids.
up with friends, socialize, and
All right,
wait
I'm
for
done
the doors
pausing,
to
y'all. Let's
open
go.
at 8:50 a.m. No one thought much of it when two particular students weren't at their usual meeting spot by the teacher's parking lot that morning. The doors opened and students flooded inside. Before classes started, a student decided to make a pit stop to the boys' bathroom on the second floor of the school. He couldn't have known just how traumatic this decision would turn
Jack,
out
I
to
deleted
be.
Snap, by the way, bro.
Upon entering, another student whom he didn't recognize calmly walked past him and exited the restroom. He observed a single black book bag sitting near the entrance of the bathroom and specks of blood dotting the floor. He peeked underneath the stalls to check if anyone was inside. There was indeed someone else in the bathroom, but something was terribly wrong. A large pool of blood was forming on the floor inside one of the stalls, and there appeared to be a pair of feet hanging down from the toilet. He swiftly exited the bathroom to advise a nearby security guard that there appeared to be someone bleeding inside the boys' bathroom. The guard simply brushed him off and told him to go.
All right, I'm done pausing after this. No cap. Does this not remind you of a prison? Like, come on. Y'all gotta realize the schooling system, especially if it's public. Well, no. But the schooling system is the same exact structure of the jail system. Because that's what you are. Followers. Inmates.
Go to class. He
All right,
then
let's
went
go. I'm
and
done
told a
pausing.
friend what he'd seen.
Pert, what up,
Together,
boy?
The two boys proceeded back into the bathroom. The stench of warm blood had begun to fill the small latrine. The pair tiptoed cautiously toward the stall. They knew they had to look inside. They prepared themselves for the worst, then hesitantly inched the stall door open.
No.
The scene before them could only be described as nightmarish. A male student, later identified as 14-year-old Jaime Goff, was covered in blood and unresponsive.
Wow.
He was positioned face down, his chest and torso lying across the toilet seat, while his head and legs hung limply over the sides of it. Blood streamed down his face and into a large pool that was forming on the floor.
That's fake, Twitch. That's fake.
In that pool lay a
It's a
lone
spray.
pair of black glasses.
It's not that.
One
It's
of
a
the boys
spray.
shouted to the victim twice. When they got no reply, shock turned into panic. The two fled the bathroom in hysterics, startling the security guard in the hallway. This time, alarmed by the students' clear distress, the guard rushed into the boys'
Hey,
bathroom.
what the hell is wrong with you? Man, stop. Hey, man, what the is wrong with you, dog? We are watching something. Bro, I got my popcorn, I got this, and you want, bro, what is wrong with you, dog? Because now I'm convinced you side with them. You side with Michael. You psycho? Ain't no
He
goddamn
immediately
sense.
radioed the Miami-Dade Police Department. The guard then left the bathroom to retrieve the assistant principal. Upon returning, the guard discovered that in the few minutes he'd been absent from the bathroom,
Look at my dog,
someone
man.
had come in
Look
and removed the victim's body from the toilet. The body was now lying face up on the stall floor.
And my
his
boy
arms
had Old
splayed out to
Navy
the
on.
sides.
Look at my
School
boy.
personnel could now clearly
He doing
see
what
that
he's supposed to do
one
with the
side of
Old
his neck
Navy.
was shredded to pieces.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to
The
pimp in the
school
Old
was
Navy,
immediately
dog.
put on lockdown.
The
A
baby
few
gal.
hours later, investigators entered the classroom of 8th grade student Michael Hernandez.
Look at them
who had identified by one of the
computers.
two witnesses as the boy they'd seen exit the bathroom that morning. Michael's teacher approached detectives first with a few pieces of interesting information. She stated that she let her students into the
That's
classroom
crazy.
at 8:55 a.m. And since that time,
I see
Michael
how
had
it is,
requested
Bert.
to go to the bathroom
When female
3
fam come through, you
times.
all
The teacher observed
capitalizing
that
shit
Michael
now,
had
huh?
blood on his shirt, which he attributed to a nosebleed.
You all capitalizing shit,
He
ain't
made
it?
2 trips to the bathroom before
Jordan
9 a.m.
Blue.
After the school went
Jordan
into
Blue.
lockdown, Michael requested to go to the bathroom a third time.
It's all nah, Jay. It's
wherein
all
his
good.
teacher
Yeah,
summoned
you're
a
right.
security
You're right.
guard
It's
to
all
escort him
good.
to an unoccupied restroom and back to class. This was reportedly
Hey,
the
Jordan.
last time Michael had left the classroom. Michael was taken to an office on the first floor of the school to speak with detectives. When investigators inquired as to how Michael got blood on his shirt, he told them that he'd been hit in the face by a door while horseplaying with the victim earlier that morning.
Man, shut up.
The detective examined Michael's face but found no open wounds that he could have bled from. Michael quickly changed his story. He claimed he'd gone back to the second floor bathroom where he'd parted ways with Jaime earlier. When he entered the restroom, there was already another student inside that Michael wasn't familiar with. The student advised Michael that there was someone inside one of the stalls. That's when Michael got down close to the floor to look underneath. When he bent down, his shirt grazed the floor and got blood on it. However, he did in fact see his friend hiding
Man, y'all better start
inside the stall.
stereotyping.
After that, he simply left the bathroom. and
Y'all
went to
better start
class.
stereotyping.
After
I don't
collecting
give a
Michael's
damn.
statement, a consensual search of Michael's book bag
He don't
was
look
conducted.
right.
What they found inside told an even more shocking story than the one Michael had just spun. Inside the bag was a red jacket and 2 latex gloves,
Latex.
both with traces of blood on them.
Get that
The detective
latex.
asked Michael to accompany him to the station, to which Michael agreed.
know you,
A little
Jordan.
after 1:40 p.m., Michael was
up.
transported to the Miami-Dade Homicide Bureau.
Ooh, that boy.
office.
Wait, stop. My bad. Okay. My boy got the icebreakers on. Dang, what you was trying to spit some game? All in the air with them hot ass words. Oh, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Hot ass breath. Got that extra piece of gum and you need the extra Tic Tac, bitch.
Here
All right, I'm done
we go,
pausing.
detectives
Shit,
with an
come on.
entirely
And
different
it got the
tale.
boy, got the
The version you're about to see is more twisted and disturbing than anything detectives have heard so far. The following never-before-seen footage has been analyzed by a qualified team, including a licensed professional counselor, a licensed attorney and former prosecutor, and a licensed clinical psychologist.
TJ with the 5, dog. God damn, TJ.
The testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but
Jordan,
the
don't,
truth.
hey, Jordan. God, see, this what happens. We always gotta pause and do. Man, listen, TJ, another 5 gifteds, nigga. Damn, I love you, boy. You know that? Give you a knuckle sandwich, and I give you a girl a high 5 on the forehead. Okay, hey, Jordan Blue, don't be coming up in here with all that goddamn. You know that I know what I know, so you might wanna, all right? We're watching something. I got my popcorn on deck. I got the drink. I got my almonds. I got my drink. All right, now. Shit. Okay, last time. For real. Let's go.
Though he is a minor at 14 years old, Michael is being questioned alone and without his parents, because in Florida, the law allows minors to be interviewed without parental consent
Fuck that.
or their presence in the interrogation.
Fuck that.
However, parents can request a
Mama!
lawyer or stop the questioning on behalf of a minor at any time. These laws can
What you
vary
know?
by state, as some states do require
Do I have to
parental
say it?
consent.
Come on.
Mike, just do me a favor. When you talk clearly so that Ms. Renee can understand you. Okay?
That nigga top of the head, shiny hair.
For the record, could you please state your name?
Michael Hernandez.
Mike, what's your birthday?
February 2nd, 1990.
Oh, you're an Aquarius.
You just
Damn.
turned 14.
Yes, I did.
Very good. And what grade are you in?
I'm in the 8th grade.
Michael is being very cooperative and
Facts,
well-mannered
facts,
during the
Jada,
preliminary
facts.
questioning. He articulates well and answers the detective's questions clearly.
Hit him with
His
DJ.
posture mimics that of an attentive student.
Hold on, Nick.
He's sitting up straight, his hands folded in front of him, and his eyes keenly fixed on the detective. His body language conveys respect and a willingness to be compliant. However, we'll soon see that his motives
Man,
are
this little
actually
nigga done
much
read the
darker.
48 laws of power.
Hey, what school
Hey,
you
y'all
in?
better stop,
Southwood
man.
Middle School.
Look at him.
Are
So
you in
articulate,
any
so
special
punctual,
classes
so-
or anything? Any honors classes?
High school and middle
Gifted.
school.
All my classes are gifted except for my electives.
Very good.
That boy's a goddamn spelling bee geek.
You can read and write the English language.
Probably in the speech and debate, ain't it?
And what are your grades?
Well, for the Declaration of Independence, I pronounced that the
Michael appears proud to talk about his exceptional performance in school. Being a gifted student seems to be a big part of Michael's identity.
because
Do
that's all
you
you
know
got.
an
You ain't got
individual
nothing else.
by the name of Jaime or Jamie Goff?
Yes, I do.
Uh-oh.
The J in Jaime here is pronounced with an H sound, like it would
Okay.
be pronounced in Spanish. But Michael and the detective pronounce Jaime with the J sound.
Okay.
At the mention of the victim's name, Michael's cool demeanor slips very subtly. For the first time, he seems to hesitate before answering the question.
Yes, I do.
His hands make a slight movement, as if
Right.
he's trying to talk with them, but doesn't exactly know how.
And how do you know Jamie?
We've been friends since the 7th grade.
And for the record, Jamie is the victim in this case. How old is Jamie?
14.
And you're 14 also.
Yes.
How much older is he than you?
I'd say about 4 months. Let's see. 4 months.
Damn. And he was a good friend. He knew his birthday. He knew his birth month.
Normally, detectives ask a suspect very open-ended questions like, "Tell me what you did this day." But here, the detective is using a lot of leading questions, which may be due to Michael's very young age.
And what time did you get to school?
8:25, a little after, between that and 8.
What type of school?
And when you arrived,
What time y'all gotta go to jail? Shit, I had to be there
on the outside of the parking
at
lot.
7:30.
Of the parking lot.
And why is it?
That's just where me and some other people would just hang out.
Hey, look.
And
Hey.
before
Hey,
class?
come on,
Yes,
man.
before class.
Jimbo, what up, man?
And who were the people that you would hang out with in the
I wish my
morning?
nigga would.
Most of the
I
time
say
it'd be
would.
with Jamie Goff, Andre Martin, and myself.
Andre.
And sometimes there were some other people, but they didn't hang out with us. They just were there.
Okay. Today, who did you meet at the fence?
I met Jamie Goff.
And how did Jamie
You gotta
see
get
the
there
show?
at 9:25, Jimbo.
Like he does every morning.
Did you make any
8:45 then?
suggestions to Jamie that you and him go into the school early this morning?
Yes, I did.
Hello, what's up, Jimmy?
Yeah.
What's up? How you doing?
About what time was that you suggested the both of you go inside?
A little after 8:30, maybe like 8:31 or 35.
That's insane right there. That's insane.
What time does school open and are students allowed inside the school?
8:50.
Did Jamie agree to your suggestion to go inside when you made that to him?
We had to make a deal first because he didn't want to get in trouble because we've gotten in trouble on previous times when we've attempted to go up there.
And why do you get in trouble for attempting to go inside the school?
Because it's too early and we shouldn't be walking around upstairs.
W rules.
I
That
see.
still applies to this day.
Why did you
You're not
make
supposed to be up there in the second floor without no goddamn,
to
you
go
know?
inside the
Yeah,
school?
that's right.
I was planning to murder him.
Whoa,
Michael answers this
whoa. Like how you just gonna say that just open-endedly like that? You little freak. God.
question as matter-of-factly as he's answered all the other questions so far. There's not a single hint of empathy or remorse to be found.
At all.
He seems undeterred.
He
even by
watched
the
too many
fact that
movies.
He's admitting to
Stop. Because you see, right here is a great example of a kid who still needs love. All right? Parents are so successful, making so much fucking money, they decided to, excuse my language, okay? But they decided to clank, okay? Knowing that they still have a career to build. And the man knowing he's a 3-pump chump. Y'all know the rest. This is why, ladies and fellas, watch what you be doing with these people, man. Because once you bring a child into this world, it's raps. Ain't no hot girl summer. Ain't no summer trip, girls trip. Until that nigga or that chick about 18 or something. Because he was home all alone by himself. Crazy,
first-degree
bro.
murder and exposing himself to the highest level of criminal penalty there is. Michael likely isn't aware of this, but under Florida state law, 14 and 15-year-olds can be tried as adults for certain felonies.
Sick
They can
as
also
hell.
be subjected to the exact same penalties that an adult can receive,
That right?
with the exception of the
Y'all
death
know
penalty.
different.
Since Michael has already confessed to the first-degree murder of his friend, all that's left is to see if the court will possibly take pity on him.
Shit. They probably will.
Do you
2004.
do you know why you were going to do this?
I had my hot girl summer. I don't know about you.
Now, what was your plan?
Uh-huh.
How were you going to accomplish this?
I was going to get him into the stall, the last stall, because it's the biggest, so I'd have more room.
Now, this is in the restroom.
This is the restroom,
On which floor?
2nd floor.
Okay, and it's the male restroom.
Yes, it is.
Where is it near?
It is near the media center and the gifted U.S. history class.
Okay. And once you brought or got Jamie in there, how were you going to bring him or lure him into the restroom?
Jaden, what up?
Usually go to the restroom after we get upstairs,
Jaden,
so we
listen.
don't get caught by security.
Okay.
And so I knew that was gonna work.
Is this popcorn good,
I
y'all? Or
got
is
him
it
into
just
the
me?
stall by saying, "I have something to show you." So I got him into the stall, and I told him to turn around because I wanted it to be a surprise. Before that, I put on the gloves. He saw me put on the gloves, and I said all that.
Oh, you're going too fast.
And I said, I like them because they're comfortable.
It's possible that Michael's cadence has
Believe
increased
that?
due to his excitement to talk about the crime for the first time. Retelling a story can be a way for someone to relive an experience, and it often brings back feelings
Or just me?
associated with the original event. His fast talking could also be due to his eagerness to show how smart he was in preparing for this crime.
Yeah, because that's all
he
he
may
got.
be seeking admiration
Him
from the
being a
detective
fucking
for how
bookworm.
well he
A
planned his attack.
book loser.
Michael's enthusiasm is also evidenced in his full cooperation when being questioned, appearing like he's sitting for a job interview instead of an interrogation. It's odd that he doesn't seem afraid or bothered at all that he's sitting there because he's been caught for the murder of his friend.
Now, you also said that you put on gloves. What kind of gloves were
They
these?
were latex gloves.
Where did you get them from?
My mother purchased them at Walgreens the previous night.
Why did she purchase these? Was that at your request?
It was at my request because I said that I needed them for extra credit for my science class.
There's no denying at this point that Jaime's murder was premeditated. More disturbingly, it seems that Michael mapped out every single detail and accounted for almost all possible factors before executing his plan. A thorough search of Michael's backpack yielded a secret compartment that he'd made by cutting a slit in the inner lining and attaching Velcro along the edges of it so that it could be secured shut. He'd used this compartment to store the murder weapon, meaning Michael had even planned for the possibility of his backpack being searched.
Now, you and him are already in the stall, correct?
Yes.
Did
It's a
he go
gap.
into the
Oh.
stall first?
Yes.
Of course he
Did you
did.
follow him?
Yes, I did.
Did you close the stall door?
Yes, I did.
Now, what transpired next?
Okay. I was talking to him and I told him, all right, now I have to put my hand over your mouth.
Okay.
And so I did, and I lifted his neck up.
Shit.
Was he facing you or was he away from you?
He was away from me.
Did you put your hand over his mouth?
Yes, I did.
Tommy,
And
you
which
can't.
hand did you use to put over his mouth?
Alright, I'm pausing again. I don't give a. Hey, man, like, unless it's somebody auntie trying to get freaky. Unless it's somebody auntie trying to get freaky. And even that, I'm still a little skeptical. Because what the hell is you doing already? We ain't reached this type of level. Slow down, Smoking Joe. You're going to have to step. All right? Unless it's that. Man, I'll be damned if I, man, nigga, you crazy. And this is why we need more leaders. Imagine going into the stall with one of your homeboys. He locking that bitch, and you ain't question nothing. You ain't, yo, so hold on now, like, what's really, where's your fucking brain? But see, Jaime just trying to fit in. Jaime just trying to fit in because guess what? He, Michael, football helmet head, has used his intelligence over Jaime. So now Jaime feels less than Mike. This is pathetic, bro. This is pathetic. We
Once you
need
did
more
that,
leaders.
What happened next?
I had already got before I put my hand over his mouth.
That's
I already put
insane
my
to
knife out,
me.
so
Oh
the
my
blade was
God.
already out.
What
Now,
did
where
he do?
did you kept
No,
this
what did he do?
blade?
I had kept it in my jacket pocket.
And what color jacket did you have on today?
I had a red jacket.
Now, is this the same clothing that you're wearing?
Yes.
The detective is asking Michael a lot of control questions, meaning questions he already knows the answer to in order to see if Michael is being truthful with him. He's also asking him questions to see if they corroborate with the evidence they have already ascertained.
Wearing the clothes of the
What did you
goddamn
do?
thing.
I took the knife out and I proceeded to slit his throat.
Now,
That
do
easy?
you remember in which direction you slit his throat?
Left to right.
Michael is able to recall the details of the murder extremely well, even noting the direction in which he slit his friend's throat. This is significant because it indicates that Michael didn't dissociate at all during the act. Some offenders black
sound
out
so
while
smart,
committing a
Jaden.
particularly heinous crime due to the extreme stress of the situation. Michael, however, was keenly aware of exactly what he was doing, from beginning to end. This
Bro,
idea is
Draco, you
especially
see
haunting
that?
when you learn exactly what Michael
He
did
is
to
so
his young
relaxed.
schoolmate. An autopsy of the victim's body
My
concluded
dog.
that, in addition to his throat being slit,
Look at my dog.
Jaime had been stabbed in the neck over 40 times. It's gut-wrenching to think that Michael, a 14-year-old
Blech.
child, was in complete
Blech.
control the entire time,
Blech.
savoring every single jab, slice,
Blech.
and cut.
Did
Oh,
Jamie say or do anything? Did he put up a
No.
struggle?
Yes, he did. He turned around after I did that. He asked me not to kill him. So I told him, okay, I'm not going to if you cooperate,
Okay.
which was a lie.
Right.
And so I realized that the stall door was open, so I locked it.
Yes.
And then I turned him around again and proceeded to stab him.
And where did you stab him, Mike?
I'm not positively sure, but I'm guessing around the jugular vein right around here.
stop. I'm fucking finished. I'm about to puke. I'm about to puke. This little 14-year-old fish stick eater. Hey, Mom. What's for dinner? Dino nuggets? Can I get some barbecue sauce on the side and some waffle fries? Or what about the curly fries with the little piggly wigglies on the cover of the bag? Yeah. Barbecue sauce and honey mustard, please. Yeah. All right, be down in 30 minutes. Okay. Hey, man. This nigga just said the jugular vein on the left side hemisphere of his fucking neck. Are you fucking stupid? This dude? We need more leaders, man. He watched too many movies. He watched too many goddamn movies. He watched too many movies, bro.
Okay.
That's what I was aiming.
Get off of
Did you
social
stab
media!
Anywhere else on his body?
Just basically the back of the neck off.
Just kill it.
And
God.
once in the temple, and I think I sliced him here.
And that would be on the left side of his face?
Yes, the other side of the face.
Oh my goodness.
Michael is
dude.
speaking very matter-of-fact and openly. He's
He is.
likely excited to show the detective how
He
clever
is.
he was.
He really is.
This may have overshadowed any thoughts of self-preservation, as he readily admitted to killing Jaime. He may be either unaware of or unconcerned about the legal consequences for his actions.
You gotta get
In
at my
addition,
school,
his
bro.
young age
Well,
may have played
Draco,
a role in his
you need
readiness
to
to
be a
confess.
leader and start talking
The
to him.
prefrontal cortex
Real
does
shit.
not fully develop until around the age of 25. Michael may still be feeling amped up and powerful after the murder.
Nah, Jay, you need
and
to
is
start
acting
talking.
on
Don't
that
be scared of that
emotion,
nigga.
which may make him want to brag about
He
what
need a
did,
hug and a love
rather
and
than
a
consider the
peanut butter and
fallout
jelly
for this
sandwich just
confession.
like you.
Now, after you did that, what happened?
I left. I took my gloves off and I flushed them down the toilet.
Okay.
Okay. I left and I went to go clean myself off. People were coming in, and so I left that bathroom and went to the other one downstairs.
Okay,
Wow.
let me stop you here.
Wow.
After you stabbed him, did Jamie fall to the commode or to the toilet?
No, he did not. He was already positioned. Where he was found. I put his head under there to stop
Oh
him
my
from
God.
gasping for air.
Okay.
So it would close it up, and
Oh, I see. Okay,
Stop.
now. I'm sorry?
so he would stop making noise.
Okay. Now, how did you know he was dead?
I made sure by taking my knife, the point of my knife, and poking him in the face.
All
And
right.
I checked his eyes also, and they were motionless.
Okay. Now, when he fell, was he on his front, or was he on his side, or on his back? Do you remember?
He was on his front,
Okay.
faced a kind of diagonal thing.
Yes.
There was blood coming from his mouth
Mm-hmm.
to the right of the toilet. And I guess there might have been blood in the toilet. And there was
Okay.
blood on the walls.
All right. What did you do with the knife and the jacket?
I put the knife was broken because of the stab wounds, and I couldn't close it back. So I closed it as much as I could, and I put it in my jacket pocket.
Okay.
I proceeded to go to the sink.
Is the
and I
next
wiped
one less
some blood off
terrible?
The jacket, took the jacket off. No, I did
Slow
not.
down.
Oh.
I
When
think
Michael
so,
is
man.
told to slow down here, he seems to be getting carried away as he's telling a story.
Because he loves it.
Overall, both
He
his
loves the
affect
thrill
and
of it.
tone
He loves
appear
it.
markedly blunted throughout. While his speech speeds up either from anxiety or excitement,
Exactly.
there's
He's
no major
ain't no
change as he
goddamn
talks about
anxiety.
going to get
You
the
know the
gloves
difference.
versus viciously stabbing his friend, or even
Ain't no
realizing he's dead.
It was at my request because I said that I needed them for extra credit for my science class. I took the knife out and I proceeded to slit his throat. I did not take the jacket off at that point. I just wet it to get the blood off.
Okay.
Wow.
I proceeded to go downstairs to the other bathroom.
Because it was red. It was a red jacket.
I then wiped myself off with all the stuff off my face and the stuff off my jacket. Then I took the jacket off and put it in my book.
Now, you
So
said that you had
detailed.
flushed some gloves
Yes.
down the toilet.
There were two. I flushed 2 gloves.
2 gloves. How many pair of gloves did you have?
I had 2 pair, 4 gloves in all.
Where did you keep the other pair of gloves?
In the jacket pocket where I kept the knife.
All right. Now,
No.
before you gloved up this morning in the bathroom, did you remove any of your jewelry?
I removed my rings because they would have cut through the.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at what he
Okay.
got.
Did anything unusual, or did you notice anything unusual when you put your hand in your jacket pocket after the incident?
Yes, one of my rings was missing.
Uh-oh.
And which ring was that?
It was the ring on my right ring finger.
So,
Slow
what did you
detail,
do?
bro.
I went back upstairs to
Like,
find
what
the
a
ring.
psycho.
There was a witness there saying that someone was in that stall.
The way Michael refers to a witness is an indication that he may have strategically and specifically planned the entire murder, considering the possibility of witnesses being present or interfering in some
Right.
way. He's speaking as if he's
Right.
a law enforcement official describing or
Literally.
examining this case, rather
Literally.
than the perpetrator describing his own acts.
I went to go look, having known what was there. And I saw my ring and picked it up and then left.
Okay. Had you gone up there actually to check to see if Jamie was okay?
No, I have not. No, I did not.
It was strictly to check on your ring.
My ring, yes.
And why did you want to recover your ring?
Because I value my jewelry.
Okay.
It's very interesting to note how much more Michael's ring meant to him than his dying friend. This detail speaks volumes about exactly how Michael's mind works, namely that he possesses a disturbing disregard for the lives of others.
Do people know that
Better
you
not be
wear
no
that type?
there better not be no crucifix.
Yes, many people know I wear this type of jewelry.
Could someone have identified you because of the lost ring?
Yes, they could have identified this ring, definitely.
Okay. When you went back upstairs to go back or into the bathroom to look for your ring,
Yes.
Yo,
who is the individual that
Yeah.
told you someone was in the stall?
I'm not sure of his name.
Had you had planned to do this to Jamie?
Yes, I did.
How long have you had this plan?
A little under a week.
a little
And is there
under a
any
week.
specific reason why you
A week,
planned
y'all.
this?
No, there's not.
Perhaps the most spine-chilling detail of all, Michael likely killed his friend purely for personal satisfaction. Michael, who had just celebrated his 14th birthday the previous day, had absolutely no reason to
Oh,
commit
man.
murder that morning. He simply decided that he wanted
He
to.
got a TV right
A
there.
situation
Wow.
such as this can reasonably be
He got the
explained by
PS2
a
on
bout
the
of
floor.
severe psychosis. However, he doesn't present as a person who has psychosis based on his behavior during the interrogation. Michael seems to be thinking clearly and logically. There are no indications
Look at
that he
that
is
PS2.
responding to internal stimuli, such as voices in his head or unseen figures. There's no evidence of paranoia or delusions. Therefore, there is no evidence of a thought disorder.
Oh my goodness.
Michael's heightened intelligence and composure, as well as his blatant lack of remorse,
Oh my
are reminiscent of
goodness.
someone with antisocial personality disorder. However, an ASPD diagnosis cannot be given to anyone under 18.
Oh my
We
goodness.
cannot conclude that Michael has ASPD or psychopathy, the term often used to describe the most severe type of antisocial personality. Not only because we don't have
Bibles,
enough
right?
information about Michael's
Bibles.
symptoms and history,
Yeah, okay.
but also because Michael is only 14 years
Told you.
old and
Told you. Look, told you. Got infiltrated by too much. If I seen my kids read this, are you kidding me? We throwing these away. What? What? Yeah, Stephen King. A walking freak. Anyone have a book of quotes from Gandhi and 6 Bibles.
Too young to be given such a diagnosis. At most, Michael's behaviors align with a diagnosis of conduct disorder.
Look, told you.
Particularly since he has a history of taunting and physically assaulting peers, which you'll hear
That boy
more
had on
about
some
later.
Rolexes.
However, if we suspend the fact that he cannot be diagnosed, his
he
matter-of-fact
likes
demeanor
me
could be
to
due to the
go
presence of
bathroom.
psychopathy, as he has a lack of reciprocal emotion. A psychopath can be asked about a person they murdered and show no emotional response or reaction when they are
Draco,
shown
you just gotta
pictures
have
of the
that
person
respect for
or when they are
yourself,
told that the
you
person
know?
likely suffered. In other words, they
I'll
don't
tell you some
respond with
stories
an emotion
on
that
shit like
matches
that
the
I've dealt with.
circumstance.
Why did you choose Jamie, your friend?
No, it was not his friend. Stop saying
he
that.
he was the easiest out of anybody because he would have followed me because we're such good friends. And I knew he would have followed me in there and done what I would have said.
Okay. Now,
See? Ooh, boy, I can say so much
I
about
asked
that.
you about an individual named Andre Martin.
Yes.
Do you know Andre?
Yes, I do.
How old is Andre?
He is 13.
What grade is Andre?
He's in 8th grade.
Oh my goodness,
Is he a friend of
bro.
yours?
Yes, he is.
Is he in any of your classes?
No, he's not.
This is
How long have you known Andre?
I have known him since about the 4th or 5th grade.
And I know you told me earlier
This
that
is so
usually
chilling,
you and
man.
Andre and Jamie hang out
Yes,
At
at the north part of the parking lot.
at the fence, correct?
well,
Calling your attention to yesterday, Monday, your
I'll be
birthday.
back into the shower. I heard Draco.
Did there come a time when you approached Andre with the same type of ruse?
Yeah, yes, there was. We were, me, Andre, Jamie, and myself were in the bathroom.
Which bathroom?
We were in the we were in the other bathroom than where the victim was
Y'all,
found.
Referring to Jaime as the victim may be evidence of how detached Michael feels from someone who was supposedly his friend.
y'all need to stop
He may
saying
be
that.
unable to or have difficulties with
As
forming
grown
real
folks, y'all should
emotional
know that too,
attachments to
bro.
other
Just because
people.
y'all hang around a lot,
This
does not mean y'all
phrasing
are
could be
friends.
another indication of psychopathy, as it shows Michael has a lack of prosocial emotions. Empathy and emotional attachment are considered prosocial emotions, which are things psychopaths struggle with feeling. This is why they often present as emotionally detached, distant, and indifferent, because they're apathetic to society and to people and situations in general. The fact that psychopaths are emotionally detached helps them to stay calm in situations that would cause the average person to feel afraid or nervous, such as in an interrogation or the act of committing murder.
That's
What were
insane.
your intentions yesterday?
My intentions yesterday were to kill Andre. The same way that I killed Jamie today, except for the fact that I was going to stab him in the back and stab here, and that would have been it.
Who was this you were going to do it to?
I was going to do this to Andre.
Michael seems almost enthusiastic about the opportunity to disclose every meticulously planned detail of how he was going to kill both of his friends. The animated way in which he illustrates his master plan to the detective indicates that he's relishing the opportunity to divulge his wicked
Yo.
scheme, and even enjoying the attention he's receiving.
Oh my goodness.
Whatever his motivation, Michael seems extremely invested in this experience of being involved in a real criminal proceeding.
Jag.
These are several more signs of possible antisocial personality disorder. From a legal perspective, his intention to cruelly execute multiple people could be used as evidence that Michael is essentially a serial killer in the making. The prosecution could argue that a life sentence is necessary in order to protect potential
wonder where
victims
Andre at
of
right
a
about
future
now.
serial killer.
Earlier, you told me that you had a belt and you were going to strangle someone.
Yes, I was going to strangle him first, and then
Like,
after
goodness
he was dead, I
gracious.
was going to make sure by stabbing him.
Goodness.
And this was Andre.
This was Andre.
Now, did you lure him into the bathroom yesterday?
Yo.
Into the bathroom, yes, not the stall.
Okay. And how did you accomplish that?
The bathroom,
Yes.
we were late to class. I told them both that we were going to be late to class. And so we snuck upstairs after the late bell had rung. We got to the bathroom, and I was trying to convince Andre to go into the stall.
Okay. And how were you going to do that?
I told him that I had something to show him.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Yes.
And what was his response?
Freaky.
His response, he didn't want to do it, so he said no. He's like, why can't Jamie go first?
Damn.
Well,
all right, Andre.
Was that he's gonna go next.
Okay. Now, did Jamie agree? Did Jamie say, I'll come in, I'll look?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Damn.
And what
man.
did you say at that point?
I said no. He's gonna go first.
Okay. And any particular reason why?
I wanted to get Andre killed first before
Okay.
I got Jamie.
Because you know why? He knew that Hami was the easier suspect. You're a follower. You're a sheep. You do everything I say anyway. Andre, see, y'all not drawing the similarities and the connections. What happens in Among Us, y'all? Those of y'all who played Among Us before, what happens? Those of y'all who played with JV and the fam, y'all know. Y'all killing me first. And y'all better know to kill me first. Because I'm saying, I'm letting everything air out, nigga. And I'll die by saying it. And I have no problem with dying either, nigga. See? See what I'm saying? You get the person who is more outspoken, who is least agreeable to be a follower than this shit.
All right.
Than Hami.
Now, when that did not happen yesterday, what did you end up telling Andre and Jamie?
Michael is taking up a lot of space on the table with his arms and hands. This could be indicative of confidence and feeling in control of the conversation.
He read too
or
much.
at the very least, feeling at an equal level as the detective.
Right, he read he read too much dumb shit, rather.
Can you guys cooperate tomorrow? They're like, yeah, okay, we'll cooperate tomorrow.
All right.
Who are you?
Michael's word choice here says a lot about his relationship
Exactly.
with his friends at
Are you
school.
stupid?
When Andre refuses to go into the stall with him the day prior, Michael asks his friends if, in his own words, they'll cooperate with him the next day instead, to which they both agree. The way he speaks to his friends indicates that Michael was likely the authority figure in his friend group, and that his friends regularly felt like they had to obey him. That might explain why he thought he could easily lure them both to a horrific fate. Sadly, Michael was right about Jaime, but clearly underestimated Andre.
Today, before this happened to Jamie, what were your intentions going to be if Andre should have shown
You
up?
said I'm playing cool.
I would have talked him into
mini clip,
going to the
her.
bathroom with me, coming into the stall. Then I would have proceeded to slit his
Just the
throat
whole plan.
and stab him continuously until he died in the neck area.
God.
Yes.
And then I would have left him there
Yes.
and gone back downstairs and talked Jamie into coming upstairs, lured him into the other bathroom, and slit his throat and stabbed him in the neck.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Now-
This is heavy. This is heavy.
Mike, where did you get this knife from?
This is heavy.
I have a knife collection.
Of course he
I've been
does.
collecting knives, and as I said, my dad has a store, and so I asked him for some knives. This was before I was gonna do
Oh.
Yes.
Right. So the apple doesn't fall too far from off the tree. Okay, cool. Thanks. Thanks for telling us, stupid ass dad.
this. And I asked him for some knives. He's like, all right, you can take them, because I wanted
Yeah.
to not switch with it, but like a knife that can come out.
Yeah.
I think they call them gravity knives.
And he's 12 and 13.
Michael had exhibited
Yeah.
several warning signs of concerning behavior prior to the murder, most of which detectives won't discover until they speak with more of Michael's schoolmates over the next few days. Students reported that Michael demonstrated an intense interest in all things gore and death. Even the screensaver on his computer at
14,
school featured
Jay.
a scary creature covered in blood, which had caught the attention of other classmates. Michael also had a history of teasing and physically assaulting his peers. He'd been reprimanded in the past for mocking and hitting a couple of female classmates. He was also known to poke and chase other kids with a screwdriver that he kept in his backpack.
Let me ask you this. Is there any particular reason why you did this to Jamie?
Stop
No.
asking that. Stop asking that. Fuck the reason. It's done. It don't matter the reason, the season, the feeling, the emotion, the ocean, the space, the place, the time, the rhyme, the it don't matter, nigga. Stop asking that. Stop. And that's why I gave y'all the disclaimer. If you are attempting to find the why with a serial killer, you are pretty close to doing that yourself. And I'm going to show y'all a video after this. Hold on. But let's finish.
Did he offend you in any way?
No, he did not.
No.
Did he harm
man.
you in any way?
No, he did not.
He's just investigating. Yeah, but I'm
Mike,
mad
you know
at
the
him
difference
too.
Between right and wrong.
Yeah,
correct?
he has to, but I'm mad at him too, Jack. He don't get no
Do you-
goddamn exemption.
Think what you did is right or wrong?
No, I don't.
Yeah,
Well-
stop asking that.
What don't you think?
I think it is neither right, but I don't think it was wrong.
So just end it at
Do
that.
you know what you did is wrong?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
That's
The
only
fact that
because
Michael
that's only because you're getting caught. Let's nip that in the bud. It's only because you're getting caught. Stop.
saying that he doesn't think what he did was right or wrong shows us that he must have come up with his own explanation or justification for what he did.
Yeah,
But
per.
the
This
detective
not
probed
this not
further.
no
We may
regular
have gotten more
regular.
information about why Michael
Look at my
believes
dog,
that killing
look at my
Jaime
dog.
wasn't necessarily wrong.
Look at my dog.
This could have possibly revealed some delusional thinking. Michael said
Slim,
himself
what
that
up,
Jaime
man?
didn't do anything to him. So for Michael to believe that what he did wasn't wrong means
Slim,
that
you
he
might wanna
likely
get
has
outta
some
here,
type
bro.
of unconventional
With
belief
this
about
shit.
taking someone else's life.
Is this the first time that you have been involved in something like this, Michael?
Yes, it is.
Well, not in the mind. You already envisioned it, so you already did it. If I already know that I'm going to get $100,000,
Are you
then I
sorry
know
that
I'm
this
ready
happened
for it.
today?
No, I'm not.
And this was an unprovoked attack on Jamie?
Yes, it was.
Look at
Sir,
his
has everything you told
calmness.
me been true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, it has.
Have I forced you to give this statement,
No,
sir?
you have not.
Have I treated you gentlemanly?
Yes, you have.
Thank you, sir. I have no further questions.
This is insane.
Following
I
his
wanna-
interrogation,
I wanna
Michael
take
was
your head.
transported
I'm
to
gonna
the
take your
Juvenile
skee-ball
Assessment
head at
Center.
the arcade and
Michael
just-
stood trial 4 years later, pleading not guilty by reason of insanity. At his trial, a particularly startling piece of evidence was
And
brought
then-
forth. A notebook of Michael's that contained information about famous serial killers.
Told
A
you.
list of people he planned to kill, including his
list?
older sister, and a mission statement that declared his need to cleanse the planet by murdering people. Needless to say, the jury took no pity on him. On September 24th, 2008, Michael Hernandez was found guilty of the first-degree murder of Jaime Goff and the attempted first-degree murder of Andre Martin. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole,
Thank you.
plus 30 years for the attempted murder charge.
Yep.
8 years later, in an unforeseen turn of events, a Supreme Court ruling made it unlawful to automatically sentence a minor to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
No, here y'all
Michael
go.
appealed and was retried in 2016.
And what
He
he
was
got?
again sentenced to life in prison
Thank you
and
very
returned to the
much.
Columbia Correctional Institute to
Good.
serve the remainder of his sentence.
Yeah.
However, Michael wouldn't remain in prison very long.
Uh-oh.
On April 29th, 2021, Michael suddenly collapsed and shortly thereafter was pronounced dead.
Wow.
His cause of death was noted as cardiac dysrhythmia,
Yep.
or an irregular heartbeat.
Because your heart cannot take the guilt. Your heart cannot take the demons. See? What's done in the dark will definitely come to light.
In connection with morbid obesity.
Yep.
Michael
good.
died at the age of 31 after having spent a
31.
total of 13 years in prison.
Yep, you couldn't take it no more. Well, hey. Wow. There's nothing for us to say. Okay? All we can do is learn from this. Something valuable was said towards the end. He said that Michael's plan was to basically eradicate and cleanse the planet, right? Now, that kind of hits home to me because that is my purpose. That's what I was called on here to do. But not like that, of course. To elevate the frequency of the planet. Okay? Because I know to get to peace, sometimes, not all the time, sometimes there must be war. And you got to be ready for that. But how he went about it, oh man, there's just nothing to say. There's just nothing to say about that, bro.